Have you ever watched somebody performing a song and thought to yourself, how on earth did they do that? There were all these fancy notes and it was all moving so fast, and just wish that you could do it too? I know I have felt that way before. You know, when I first started my journey of chording, I was kind of playing my songs like this and it didn't sound all that fancy. But over the years, I figured out how to fill in those spaces and make things sound really full and rich. So in this lesson, we are looking at ways you can fill up the sound with your right hand. So little fills and runs and kind of cool little things that you can do as you play through your chords to make your playing sound impressive. So we're going to start really simple. And I'm going to use the song Let Her Go just to kind of demonstrate these. So we're going to use G chord, D major, A major, and B minor. But this would work, these tricks will work on any chord progression. So if you're playing this basic, you get, you only need the light when it's burning low, only miss the sun when it starts to snow, which is nice. Let's start with the G chord. So when you're creating a fill, what you want to do is you gotta have some notes to play with. So we're gonna start by looking at these three notes. So if you've got your chord shape in root position, think of the root, the note one step above that, and then the third. And the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to get used to rolling through. So first practice rolling through just your chord like this. Sounds cool. Now when you're good there, you're going to add in that second note. So you're going to roll in through these three fingers and land together. And when you get really good at it, it's going to sound kind of seamless, but it's going to sound like extra. Instead of only need the light when it's burning low, it'll sound like this. You only need the light when it's burning low. It's just this like little something extra and it sounds really good. So that's the first thing I want you to get used to, because once you've mastered that feeling, you can use those sounds and those movements to kind of customize and build out more really cool sounding fills. So the next thing that you can do is, instead of rolling from the bottom of the chord into it like this, you can land with your two finger on that second tone. So really when you think about it, this is like a sus2 shape, and you're gonna roll into your regular triad. But let's get rid of that bottom tone, and we're gonna do this. Which is super fancy. So I've eliminated the root tone. I've landed with my 2, my 3, and my 5. I've rolled through the 2 and the 3 to land at the top half of the chord. Repeat it, and walk down. And that's a really good, see, I just used the first one again. I rolled through the bottom 2. And then I'm used the second one we just looked at, the walk down. And it sounds really, really great. Now, I know I am playing this and I'm talking to you about it and I'm telling you what to do, and that's one thing, but when you sit down to do this, it's going to be really challenging at first. I'm making it look effortless because I've got hundreds, if not thousands of hours practicing and implementing this skill. So please don't be frustrated if it takes a little bit to get the hang of this. At the end of the day, really what it comes down to is finding your chord shape, getting comfortable rolling through that 1, 3, 5, get comfortable adding in the 2 and rolling through this way. And then once you have that, try practicing getting rid of that bottom tone, that root note, and using this 2 and 3 to walk back down to the 1. So you can just start there. Move your chord, engage the 2, move here. Here's our next chord. And then once you have that all, you can kind of mix and match it to create your own sound. Now I've got one more layer to add to this. And this one is actually not so complicated. It's just using chord inversions as you play through. So what it's gonna look like is this. You're gonna play, I'm gonna start on root position, but you can start anywhere you like. And I'm gonna walk through the first inversion of each of these. So I'm gonna play the root, first inversion. Next chord, root, first inversion. Root, first inversion, root position, first inversion. Now it sounds kind of like, I don't know, choppy right now. So that's just the first step. Once I get comfortable with that, I want you to practice maybe adding a roll on your first chord. There's your first inversion, and then in that time that you have, I want you to pick any of those 3 chord tones and play them separately. So that's a fill. And then we can land on D. That works. A, here's an inversion. There's B minor. And if I don't think so hard about it, this is what I'd play. So what I'm using is a combination of those little sort of trilly fills that we looked at with just the chord inversion. For each chord I'm on, breaking up the notes kind of in time to create a really full sound. And like I said, you're gonna be a little bit, it'll be clunky at first, but you won't get it unless you're prepared to try and feel and maybe sound a little silly at the beginning. Start really slow, just try adding little pieces of this in at a time. You can download the chord chart for this song below the lesson if you wanna work on this in this key, but really you can apply this to absolutely any song you like. So I hope you have fun. Comment below and let me know what you think, and we'll see you around.